Good morning, welcome back to Fine Furniture Friday, and happy 4th of July. Today I wanted to showcase a feature that you can find in furniture, specifically in big panels or dining tabletops such as this, called the breadboard end. And many of you may have heard of a breadboard end in dining tables, especially farmhouse style furniture. And I wanted to basically cover why we want this in our furniture at times, what its purpose is, and how to properly make it. So I'm going to bring you in, we're going to take a look at this tabletop and discuss how this feature can really add character and stability to your furniture. So here you can see the board on the end of this table is perpendicular to the field of the table. And the main purpose of that is to cover up the end grain that we would normally see on the end of a tabletop that didn't have this feature. So here you'd be seeing all of that end grain, and the end grain looks different than edge grain or the side of the board all along the rest of the table. So the only place we're going to see end grain in this piece is on the end of the breadboard, which is only about 6 inches. But the other main feature of a breadboard is that it helps keep a large panel such as this flat. So if the field of the table wanted to cut one way or the other, it's going to have to fight against the straightness of this board. But we do run into an issue. Anytime you have cross grain happening where the grain in this direction is traveling this way and the grain in this one is traveling the opposite way, wood is going to want to move along its width, and we can't restrict that or the table will try to break itself apart. So I'd like to explain what makes this actually work and why you don't see functional breadboards in most of the furniture you would buy in a store. So you may have seen in the video that I only glued the center section of this piece. So all the movement that's going to happen in the field of the table is going to happen from the center out. The part here in the center that's connected to the breadboard is glued solid, and this half of the table can expand and contract this way, and the same with the other half. So what does that mean for my tenons that are extending into the breadboard on the ends? It means that we can't glue those solid, and we also have to have a mechanical system for keeping the breadboard tight to the table and also allowing it to expand and contract, or the tenon needs to be able to move inside the mortise of the breadboard. So you will notice in the video that the holes that I drilled in the center are all the way through and match up to both the breadboard and the tenon, but in the tenons on the end I have elongated the holes. And I have not glued anything out here. So that tenon or that pin is traveling through the breadboard and through the tenon and out the other side. And so the pin is locked in place, but the tenon can move back and forth in that with that little slot that I routed. The other key feature that is challenging to do, and another reason you won't find a functional breadboard in manufactured furniture, is that we have to have some way of keeping this breadboard tight to the field of the table. And we're going to do that with what's called a drawboard pin or a drawboard peg. So when I drill these holes, you will notice that I drilled all my holes in my breadboard, and then I did a test fit and marked where my holes will go, and then I came back and I actually moved the holes in the tenon inset about 1/16 of an inch. So what that's going to mean is that when this pin goes in, it's going to go through half of the breadboard, and when it hits that tenon, it's going to have to work itself around the tenon and then back through the bottom of the breadboard. And that is going to draw the two pieces together, hence the name drawboard peg. And so while I can't rely on any glue out here to keep this joint tight, I am relying on these two pins here with that drawboard mechanism to help keep the breadboard tight to the shoulder here. So I hope this was informative of what a breadboard is, why you might want it in your furniture, and I hope that you can see what kind of character it can really add to the piece. Having a functional piece of joinery like this that's on display in your furniture is such a unique feature, one that you're not going to find often, and one that you're especially not going to find that is crafted correctly and is actually functional. So this table will never split itself apart. The wood can move back and forth as it needs to. So if you're interested in authentic features like this in your furniture, and you're interested in quality like this, let me know. I'd love to build something for you that'll last generations. Once again, thanks for joining me today. I'll see you again next week.